Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Steel City Commuters podcast. I am Austin Cairns, finally back here in the Media Hub with Nicholas Brown from New Kensington, and we are here live today with yet again another very special guest. He is the third guest in the history of Steel City Commuters. He does a lot with the union, and he is also my dad. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James Cairns to the podcast. Dad, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out of your day to be with us here.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Good.
First time in the Media Hub. What'd you think of the Media Hub?
It's nice. It's very professional. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see yours and Nick Brown's picture up on the wall there.
Okay.
We've been trying to shoot for that, but I think the last time we tried, the camera was out of, what was the camera out of the card? We tried shooting a picture, and I don't think any of us knew how to use it.
Yeah, we didn't know how to use it. It was kind of a disaster. But
maybe we'll get you some training.
Maybe we'll get some.
Yes.
Yeah, we might need that. But Dad, you're here today. You do a lot with me on two Jagoffs, so you're very familiar with being on the podcast. Never actually been down here on the Media Hub, and this is your first time on Steel City. I just guess first question I'll ask you is, what's your opinion on all the different podcasts, all the different stuff going on? I mean, this is the summer of grind after all, so what do you think about everything?
Two Jagoffs moving very good. Steel City Commuters doing very good. I've listened everything up. I think I'm one behind on Steel City, so sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, there's just a lot to listen to. You know,
There
I
is.
got like
So much content.
your guys between your three podcasts. I listen to 4 other podcasts. It's a lot.
What's your favorite podcast? It's not one of mine. What's the go-to?
Spit and Chicklets.
What's that?
Yeah, what?
Spit and Chicklets. It's 2 ex-hockey players, and they talk about hockey, life. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we can start off this interview by letting the audience get to know you just a little bit. So, like I said before, you do a lot with the union, you do a lot with the Teamsters. Can you explain to the viewers what your role is and what exactly you do? And I'm going to turn you up while you go ahead and talk.
I am currently the president of Teamsters Local 636 out of McKees Rocks. We represent about 18 to 20 shops, ranging from warehouse to drivers to clerical. My job is president and business agent. I negotiate and uphold contracts with all these different entities, being borough workers, warehouse, and stuff like that. Day-to-day problems as far as write-ups, upholding the contract, making sure the companies follow all their policies and the contract. That's basically my job in a nutshell. And I negotiate all the contracts for all my shops.
You want to negotiate a contract for 2 Jagoffs Steel City content?
As long as you guys pay union dues, I can do whatever you need.
Union dues.
Everything, there's a price for everything. I believe the $1 Million Man.
I was just about to say that.
Yes.
Ted DiBiase. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.
So can you talk about with your union? Can you negotiate with other unions? Do you get together with other union presidents? Do you have like a dinner, some kind of relationship with other union presidents, especially in times of election and everything going on?
Yes, actually, there's Teamsters Local 636 is in McKees Rocks. All across western Pennsylvania, they have different locals. You got 249, 926, 250, 205. And all these are entities within their own where they represent different shops. And then we meet once a month, and it's called Joint Council 40, and we discuss all the stuff going on this side of the state. And then once a year, we meet for what they call the PA Conference of Teamsters, and that would be where all the guys from Philly, they have all their different shops, they're Joint Council 53, and then we're Joint Council 40, and then we would meet, and then we become the PA Conference, and we've had conferences up in Hershey and discussed all different stuff. And then obviously the bigger part of the union is the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, and that is the president of that is Sean O'Brien, and Fred Zuckerman is the secretary-treasurer. So, yes.
What's the state right now of between
Teamsters?
all the unions, of all the Teamsters from PA to our side of the state and across the state? Have you met with them this year yet?
Yes, and actually the Teamsters are very strong right now. Thanks to the leadership of Sean O'Brien and the leaders of the locals. It's very financial stable. I can only speak for my union personally. We've since we've been in office, me and the other guy, Al Waltz, we've been able to purchase a building which has 2 sides to it, one for meeting, one for business side, and it has a parking lot. We rent it out to different, different people in the union, family members, and we also have a guy that comes down there and he rents it 2-3 times a month to play a band. So, and since then we've been able to grow the membership a little bit. We organized the cops for McKees Rocks, and we're in the process of trying to organize another group right now. I'd rather not say the name for privacy right now, but we're in the process of trying to do that right now, which is always tough because companies don't want unions. So,
What's a day like in typical of James Cairns? Busy, 8 to 5, 9 to 4, 9 to 5. Is it the same kind of schedule every day? I mean, what's it like in your world? Juggling two podcasts, 2 Jagoffs, now Still City, everything on top of it.
Well, let me explain this. As of right now, I work full-time at OK Grocery for the last 35 years, which is the warehouse of Giant Eagle, the largest grocery chain in Pittsburgh. And I am a part-time business agent president, but with full-time hours. My phone will ring all day, every day. People work know. If they see my earbuds in, they always go, "Are you on the phone?" And I'm like, "Yes."
He was on the phone at the bus stop today.
Yeah, I was on the phone at the bus stop on my way in. It's busy. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the guy they call when there's problems. At least my shops. Al has his shops. We try to work together when we need to, but there's always issues. I'm not going to say there's not issues. It seems like there's always issues between some contractual language, some day-to-day stuff, or just, a policy violation or something like that.
What's the Teamsters think of the whole state right now in PA with everything going on from funding to everything, all the PA issues with the PA governor and him trying to pass a budget and everything else related?
I will speak personally. I've met Shapiro a couple of times. Good guy. I agree with a lot of his policies. Some of them are questionable, but I agree with him on the most. But I see this state in a very good state with the Democratic governor that we have. I think some of the past governors who have taken away stuff, I think it's in a good state right now. And as long as we have somebody like him in that office, I believe unions are going to be strong in the state of Pennsylvania, and I believe in him. So that's where I believe it's at right now.
A lot of people, Dad, don't understand the importance of unions, and this is something I actually discussed on 2 Jagoffs with Representative Anita Kulik, Councilwoman Teresa Kale-Smith, even a little bit of with Sam Bigham, and all three of them, in their own right, said how important unions are and how important it is to so many families out there. With your experience by being within the union and obviously being a part of a union family, can you explain why the union is important to you and should be important to other families?
It's simple. It's not just about unions. Back in the early 30s, 40s, whenever unions started, it was simple. All the luxuries that you enjoy right now as a non-union employee is due to unions. What I mean by that is weekends, paid time off, benefits like health care, 401ks, if you have a pension. Any of these benefits are because of what the unions do throughout this country to get that for their members. You guys, as non-members, enjoy that same benefit. So like I tell supervisors all the time, if it wasn't for us fighting for these things, you wouldn't enjoy them too. So it's not just about taking care of union members, it's taking care of working class people. When I say working class, that doesn't mean you have to have a union card. I'd prefer you to have a union card, but that doesn't mean that. That just means you get up, you go to work every day, you provide for your family. And that's who I like to try to protect is working people, whether they be union or non-union. But obviously I'm in a union position where I protect the union people first. But I don't like non-union people to get screwed over either by big business either.
How do you get people to join the union? What do they have to do? Because there's some people that maybe they don't even know about unions and they maybe want to join the union force in their local area.
What it would be is you would need 51% of the workers. Let's say you have 20 people. Obviously, 51% would be 11 people, 12 people. You would need 12 people to do what they call sign for a card, and then you would take it to the NLRB, and then you would, from that, you would have an election, and then you would try to get into negotiations with the company. It's a process.
Still City 2 Jagoffs down for a union?
I mean,
yeah, sure.
It could be. Do you think the 12 people would vote?
12? Well, there's only 3 of you, 4 of you. So
That's true. Well, I guess we're
I'll vote yes.
I'll vote yes. Aye.
Aye. Okay.
All right, Nate.
Wait, you're
Ayes
part of
have
the
it.
Jagoffs too. You guys.
Yeah, you're
I would probably have to exclude myself from that vote because
Okay.
that might be a conflict of interest.
Well, we got 3 more to work with, so. We only need
It really don't matter
One more
what
for
Lucas's
majority.
opinions is right now because he's out.
He's out.
He's out.
That is true. He would.
Majority rules. Nothing against
Yes.
Lucas.
Sorry.
the other Jagoff is a lot of people refer to him on 2 Jagoffs.
And Kevin, I'm pretty sure we could put him through a table if he says no.
What about Jack? What about Mr. Jack Dean?
Who's that guy?
That's what I'm saying.
I have no idea who this Jack guy
It's
is.
the one that you said you would throw out a window on the Super Bowl special.
I'd have to see a picture of him.
That's the guy that's always covered up behind a mask that has never showed his face yet.
Is that the guy still working on his brakes from Super Bowl weekend?
Yes, that's that guy.
Yes, that's that kid.
That's that kid.
Might have to get him a video on how to change brakes.
Well, Dad, you brought up an interesting point, and I want to end this off, and then we can kind of move into the sports conversation. Cause I know that's what me and Nick have been
Yes.
eagerly dying to talk with you about. You mentioned Governor Josh Shapiro earlier. I met Governor Josh Shapiro as well. He's a great guy from the one experience that I have met him. But in those couple of conversations that you've had with him, and in those couple of, I guess, meetings or whatever, what was it like just talking to him one-on-one, like Governor Josh Shapiro, the man? Because a lot of people, they look at politicians and they see that like thin layer, but once you can break through that thin layer and get to see the real person in them, it could be a completely different conversation. And I had that experience with 3 different politicians already. I want to know what yours was like with Governor Shapiro.
Listen, at the end of the day, they're normal people. Okay, that's the way I look at it. They're normal.
They're not
people.
robots.
They're normal people
Okay.
like us. They get up, they put their clothes on the same way we do. There's nothing special about them. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I've always viewed famous people, political people, all these people are the same to me. This is the way I view it. I don't get fan-struck, star-struck, whatever words you want to use. I don't get that because at the end of the day, they need you as much as you need them. These politicians, and I'm going to say this, they work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you.
That is true.
If there's something you or the constituents don't like, the process is very simple. Election process cures all problems. If whatever politician is in office for whatever thing and they don't do what's being asked of them, they get voted out. Just like my job. I don't know if you guys know this, Nick. Austin knows this. My job is a political job as the president of the union. Every 3 years, I run for an election. And I've always said that my work will speak for me if I get voted in or out. And the reason why I say that is it's very simple. In 3 years, if they don't like what I'm doing, don't matter what I tell them, I'm out.
You're axed.
Yes.
As we like to say on Still City,
Yes.
you're axed. But we don't want to add you to the axe list.
No, I appreciate that. But as far as Shapiro, when I met with Shapiro, where I was going with that was when I met with Shapiro, he's a good guy. I believe he's doing all the right things. He's a family man, which I appreciate. And I think he's in for the right reasons. I think that's why he didn't run on Harris's ticket, which I thought was his best political move
I agree with you.
of his career.
I agree.
Because she wasn't winning.
No.
She was not going to win. It didn't matter. And I think he would have tarnished his name, which I'm glad he did not, because he made a promise to Pennsylvania. When he went around campaigning, he promised Pennsylvanians he was going to be the next governor. He was going to fix the problems in his state. Now, if he would have went back on that word, he would have lost a lot of support in the Pittsburgh and all of Pennsylvania. And I'm glad he didn't run.
Even though he's an Eagles fan, isn't there something wrong with Eagles fans?
I mean, personally, I can't stand him after what happened last Super Bowl, but
Oh, I won a lot of money on that, so I'm happy for that. But
I did too.
okay,
I won 2 different Super Bowl pools.
I won one. I won the final Q4 for me.
well, I'm glad you guys won some money, but I hated the game.
Okay. Well, we know. I saw you. You were very depressed during that game.
Oh, I bet. I didn't even realize what the score was, and I said, "Oh wait, that's me on the poll." I said, "Nobody's allowed to score here." But I think this is a good time to transition to sports.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys fan, right over? No, I'm just kidding. Kansas City Chiefs.
Wait a minute. You, Matt.
Oh, not Matt. What does Matt
Oh,
do?
whoa, Matt.
Matt, what? You're friends with this guy, and then you like this guy's team? Like, Matt, what's wrong with you? Cowboys. Let me explain to you real quick my opinion on the Cowboys.
Oh, boy.
As long as Jerry Jones is involved, Yins will never make it to the promised land.
What about the Cardinals guy over there? They're never making it to the promised land either.
Yeah, he's never going to see a Super Bowl.
I've been trying to tell him, but he hasn't got that through his head.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know if you know this, but Chiefs wide receiver Sky Moore was actually back in his hometown yesterday in New Ken, where I come from, holding his annual jam event. A lot of donations. I'm a little worried about the Chiefs this year, going into this year. Again, I think this is Sky's last year before contract renewal. They fell short of the Super Bowl. Some changes are going to happen. What are you suggesting here? What are you going to suggest?
Offensive line.
Interesting. What did you make of the draft?
They did okay. I would probably give them like a B- in the draft. But my opinion is the line needs to be tightened up, and they need another receiver. Juju's old. Sky Moore, nothing against him. He's a Pittsburgh kid. I hate to bash anybody from Pittsburgh. I don't think he's a number 3 receiver. There's been rumors that Tyler Boyd is a free agent and that a couple landing spots was Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and I believe the Raiders. If he goes to Raiders, bye-bye career.
Why, are you telling me you don't want Geno Smith as your quarterback?
Yeah, right.
I mean, listen, all the good receivers that go to the Raiders get lost. So, I mean, if that's what you want your career to be, Tyler, if you're listening, your only 2 choices are Pittsburgh and Kansas City.
What do you make of the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift drama? Taylor Swift trying to bring in the fans. It was all hype this season that, CBS or Fox or NBC would show her.
Oh, yeah, you guys never had that conversation. We had a big debate about that.
Listen,
on Jagoffs.
here's my thing with Taylor Swift.
I'm glad you brought that
And
up.
I'm going to say this to all men out there. I'm going to look right in the camera.
Yeah, you can finally be on camera.
She's a self-made billionaire. Billionaire. I don't know why anybody hates that. How could you hate somebody that's made billions of dollars for themselves and gives back to all of the workers on our tour and everything? Listen, at the end of the day, the reason the NFL showed her, they were monopolizing the Taylor Swift brand, is what they were doing. Smart business. You're getting into business, I believe, some sort of way. Finance. It's smart business as far as she's a great market. The NFL is the NFL, but if you can make more money by including Taylor Swift, I'd have showed her every quarter. I'd have showed her like every other play. I would have showed her a lot. Like, I don't hate on that. And actually, it made me become more of a Swiftie than anything because I was tired of all the guys bashing her. They would just say, I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift. Why? What's it matter? Like, I don't know. I just didn't see all the hate that she got for just going to a game.
They're all just trying to shake it off, in the words of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe you should have gave her all the hate because what did she do to deserve it? She was there to support somebody she's dating, period.
What do you make of Travis Kelce in his neck of the woods? There's a lot of times that he'll miss a catch or he'll try and impress her by doing a touchdown dance. People are saying it's not necessary. He's just gloating.
And to add on to that, too, it seems like over the last couple of years, there's been a significant regress as well with Kelce. Yeah. So what do you make of Kelce?
But let's face it, he's getting old.
Yeah.
I mean, He's got 3 Super Bowls. He's getting older. I mean, listen, he danced all the time. That's just who he was. I mean, he come from Cleveland Heights. That's what he did. He likes to dance. I don't think it has anything to do with Taylor Swift. I just think he likes to do end zone dances. Personally, I wish they would just eliminate all end zone dances, hand the ref the ball, and be done. That's what I would prefer. But, hey, whatever. They allow it in the NFL. That's the way the NFL is. Everything's about marketing nowadays. So maybe he's marketing his brand.
That's why I respect Larry Fitzgerald so much, because every time he would score, he would immediately just find the ref, hand him the football. The closest official, he would just give the football to and then run right back to the huddle.
Let me ask Nick this. Who was the first NFL player really to do that? It's a great NFL player.
I don't know.
And why he's my favorite NFL player of all time, Barry Sanders.
Oh.
Barry would score a touchdown, and he would find the ref to hand him the ball. They interviewed him one time and said, how come you don't celebrate? And he said, when I get the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl, that's the time to celebrate. Other than that, I'm doing my job.
Too bad that never happened because he's on the Lions.
Yeah. True.
What do you make of the NFL cracking down on all these dances and different emojis? I think the gun emoji has been banned and a lot have been fined, but I think the NFL hasn't really been consistent. What do you make of it?
I'm okay with them getting rid of the gun emoji because with the world we live in today, I mean, there's a lot of children that are very impressionable, and unfortunately they watch the NFL and they look up to these athletes. They should be looking up to mom or dad. That's who they should be looking up to. But anyways, so if they eliminate a lot of that stuff, like I said, I'd prefer it just be touchdown. I don't want to see it. And I blame that on the media because what's the first thing the camera guy does?
Show that emoji.
He goes over, goes down, shows the emoji, and he's watching him do a Super Bowl dance. Just cut away from it.
I mean, in all fairness,
Oh, here we go. This got to be
someone
good.
who's a camera op and done a lot of camera work already.
So it's your fault.
No, it's not my
Oh,
fault.
yes. Oh, yes.
You're taught to always follow the action. So if they can teach the players not to do that, that would be better. But I don't think you can blame the camera person per se on it because they're taught to follow the action. So like if you're doing something, whether it's a fight, whether it's a touchdown celebration, whether it's handing the ball to a ref, always follow the action. You gotta follow the main character in this sense. And the player who scores a touchdown just so happens to be that guy. So you want to follow him to get that reaction. You want to get that niche reaction out of him. So I wouldn't necessarily blame the camera person for that. You can blame the media for overexposing it and showing it over and over again and being played on social media. I just think it's unfair to blame the camera guy.
I want to blame you. That's why we're blaming you.
Let me ask you this.
Knock it off.
Why don't we just show the crowd?
Oh.
Well,
That-
that is true, but here's the thing.
Or if they're doing the celebrate down there, maybe get the linemen. Nobody ever
Well,
gets
they
the
do
poor
always show
linemen.
well, here's the thing that they do show the crowd. They show a little bit of both. There's a thing called cuts. So they do a cut to the crowd, then they do a cut to the end zone, then they get a different angle, then they go to the replay, then they go to the graphics. There's a bunch
The
of
replay, they show the replay like 5 times. It's like, okay, we've seen it enough.
That is true.
Yeah.
They do play the replay enough.
I just think they push it too much. And
That's fair.
When I'm not saying the camera guy, I guess the media pushes it
Social
too
media,
much.
I would say. I said
But
social media. I don't know
the
about
media does to a
media.
certain degree because they could tell the camera guy, okay, get a quick cut of it and be done. Meanwhile, they're showing like the whole thing.
Well, that's their job.
I get it. I'm
That's
just
what they're
saying.
paid for.
I'm not saying the camera guy. I'm saying the media should cut it. That's all.
That's the first thing you see on the 11 o'clock news when football's over. It's like, I don't want to see this. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh sports because
Oh God.
they need a lot of help. Penguins, Steelers, and Pirates.
Waiting for this.
I think the Pirates won yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, 8-something.
Yeah, they swept the Mets.
Did you get to broom out and start sweeping?
I got my robot out and started sweeping. I just hit a button on my phone and it goes.
You have a Roomba, right?
Yes.
Those are the best things. If
Yes.
that only could come out every time the Pirates would sweep a team, that'd be like once a year, if that. I think
Yeah.
this is the second time that they've swept a team?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Pirates state with all the games and they're surely a decline? What do you think of the new general manager right now?
They got a lot of work out of them.
They've had.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got Skeens, one of the most generational talents since Garrett Cole. You got to get him some help. Period. You got to get him help. Pittsburgh management has not done that in the past. I always go back to the one-game playoff when we lost, and if we would have won, we'd have played Chicago, and we would have made the World Series because I think we were a better team than Chicago. They were like 1 or 2 players away from being a World Series team, and they just let it all fall away. I mean, McCutcheon ended up leaving Pittsburgh. Now we finally get Skeens in here. We need some hitting, and we need a closer. At the end of the day, we need a closer. I don't know why they can't get one. I mean, at the end of the day, it falls on management. I mean, you can only do so much as a manager. So firing Shelton, I think me and Austin talked about this on Tube Jagoffs. What is that going to accomplish? Just like we'll get into the Penguins. What will that accomplish? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not bringing in players, you could fire the next coach, the next general manager. You could keep firing them every 6 months if you want to. But if you're not willing to bring in the players that are going to help that team get better, what did you really accomplish?
I feel like with the Pirates' sake too. I mean, the Penguins one I kind of disagree on. We'll get to that when we get to Mike Sullivan. But with the Pirates, like Derek Shelton, like, yeah, cool, you moved on from him. You're bringing Don Kelly. What exactly is that gonna do?
He's from Point Park.
He is from Point Park. He's a Point Park alumni. But and I met him before. He's a great guy. But I just do we really see anything changing with a Don Kelly versus a Derek Shelton? I mean, it's still the same Pirates at the end of the day. It's still the same players, still the same team.
Look at his temper. He got suspended out of the first 2 games. He was thrown out because of his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's going to be a good coach. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but he needs help on the back end.
He does.
Like, he can go out and get them players motivated. He gave them a spark when he first got there. But at the end of the day, if they're not putting the right players in the right positions to win, they're setting him up for failure, which I don't like seeing.
You think he's going to stick around for a long time?
I would hope so. I mean, I always want to root for a guy that's from, that went Point Park, obviously. You know what I mean? I would love to see him succeed.
Go Pioneers.
Yeah, I don't want to see him not succeed. I mean, I think he's a good coach as well. But once again, if it comes down to players, they got to get him some players.
What do you make of the Andrew McCutchen returning? Did his offseason or off to another team help him get stronger for the Pirates? I mean, his hitting has been decent. I'm not going to call it great because he's had a lot of ups and downs past 2 seasons.
McCutchen, how do you not love the guy? I mean, he started here. He was loyal to us for so long till he no longer could. I mean, he went and got the money is what he did. Tried to win a championship because they weren't bringing a championship here. He was loyal here for all them years, and he wants to end his career as a Pirate. I mean, so
admirable.
I mean, how could you not like the guy? You know what I mean? Like, he's come back, and he's long in the tooth, as they say in hockey, as far as being an older guy, but he still plays at a high level. So, I mean, I love the guy. I mean, that's all I could really say.
And I'll say this, too. I actually recently was at a Pirates game. It was Pirates and was it Marlins? I think it was the Marlins.
Did they win or lose that game?
They actually won, surprisingly.
Oh.
And it was on the day that I went to do the social media promo for Point Park. And when we were there, just as we were about to leave, we were standing in the one, like right behind the one third base dugout. And McCutchen actually hit a home run, which led to 3 runs. And then it wasn't a grand slam. It was him and then 2 other runs. And he actually moved up on the all-time list. He's now 3rd all-time in Pirates home runs. And I was able to be there for that. And I thought that was pretty cool. Because I didn't even know he was like that high up on that
behind
list.
Clemente and Parker?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did David Parker just die?
I was about to say,
Yes.
he just passed away.
Yeah,
Rest
in peace.
Yeah,
guy.
legend.
Yes.
What do you make of the umpires? We've seen a lot of this, just not with the Pirates, but with the whole MLB, and umpires missing a lot of calls, costing games. Is it time for the electric strike zone?
I mean, I'm going to go back to the beginning of this episode when I said I'm looking out for working people. If we get all electronic, we've lost jobs for umpires are paid. It's a paid position. They're human beings. They make mistakes. That's why you have instant replay and stuff like that. Is it maybe an educational thing that they need to be, like, revamp their training process maybe? Or at the end of the day, is it they're just missing calls?
I don't know, though, because, I mean, I just want to add on real quick. They made a really good call. Me and you covered it. College World Series, LSU, Coastal Carolina. Remember that whole scuffle that happened?
Yeah.
Scuffle.
Oh, you mean where they threw the guy out of the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you see that by
Yes.
chance? Did
Yeah, I
you see
showed
the
him.
flop that the guy did?
Yes. That was a horrible flop. My God, I think I could do a better flop than that.
Listen, at the end of the day, Anita Kulik is pushing a law in Pennsylvania to protect umpires. If you get a chance, watch that bit with her on 2 Jagoffs. I forget what the law is called, but it's to protect umpires. They're people like we are. They get up, they go to work. I go to my job. There's times I make mistakes. I'm a human being. Even putting a computer in my job, it's going to make mistakes. People make mistakes. If they miss a call, we shouldn't berate them. I mean, listen, I give them grief. You know what I mean? Come on, Stripes, let's go. But, like, that's where it should end. And that's what Anita's bill is.
Yes.
Her bill is it's extending to parking lot, to people's houses, to where it's becoming violent. In society that we live in, people are doing stuff for fame, notoriety, whatever the reason may be, and they're taking it too far. At the end of the day, it's just a game. It's a game you play as a child. And as you grow up and you make millions of dollars at the game, at the end of the day, it's just a game. It does not affect your life.
Couldn't agree more with that. And I want to stay on the Pittsburgh subject with sports, but I want to talk about something I don't think Nick's going to mention. And I want to get your opinion on this. You want to know what his favorite Pitt team is, actually? It's not the major 3 teams. It's the University of Pitt football. Am I correct on that?
For me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is the University of Pitt football. What's your expectations on Pitt? We haven't had a chance to talk about this on 2 Jagoffs yet, so this will be actually your first reaction to it. So what's your opinion on Pitt football coming up this upcoming season? He's a big Pitt guy.
It's going to come down to quarterback, like it always does.
Holstein
last year at the beginning of the season played very well. Took a concussion and I think another injury, and then he looked very bad, very bad. So I think it's going to come down to him, and I think it's going to come down to the receivers. I mean, last year, We had some good receivers. We lost a couple. So I think it's going to come down to quarterback and receiver. And obviously, Narduzzi, you got to tighten up that defense, bud. I love you to death. You got to tighten up that defense. We can't win games 31-28. Like, my heart can't take it no more. Like, my high blood pressure, my heart, it's like racing in the stands. I would love a 31-3 game. Can we get one of those, Narduzzi? That's all I'm asking for.
I mean, we might get that first game of the week against Duquesne. Who knows? We'll
probably lose that game.
To Duquesne?
That's the ones we lose. We lost to Youngstown State the one year.
Oh, gosh.
Is University of Pitt football also falling into this Pittsburgh category of just like poor coaching, poor whatever? We just can't get out of the slump. You pick the team, they're in the slump. How do we get out of the slump?
See, I love Narduzzi as a coach. I have not given up on him.
Don't you think it's his time to go? He's been there for quite some time, older than me.
Yeah, he won an ACC championship, though. So
that's tough.
I mean, it's tough because you got your Alabamas, your LSUs, you got all these big schools in the SEC. They get all the big names. Pitt doesn't get the big names. And the problem with that, in my opinion, is when you move that football stadium off Cardiac Hill and you moved it into the city, you've taken away a true college atmosphere. Have you ever went to a true college atmosphere football game?
No.
We had the chance to go to Notre Dame, me and Austin. We went on a trip to watch Pitt play Notre Dame. I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
And the reason why I say a true college atmosphere, like you guys are in the city at Point Park. Mm-hmm. This is a college atmosphere to an extent, but it's really not because you're with working people. You're out with public all the time. A true college atmosphere to me is somewhere like Notre Dame. You go into the campus, and it's like almost like all encompassed like this. You got frat houses, you got the buildings that you go to school at, you got dorms, you got this, you got that. You're walking through, college kids are out playing, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's hanging out. You walk through the campus, and there's the stadium.
Right on campus.
Right on campus.
You want to build some money for that to sedate us in downtown?
So, I mean, if you get a chance, that's why I say, like, these bigger name schools, if you go to Alabama, it's college campus and then the city. Where in Pittsburgh, it's college, city, you know what I mean? It's like all mixed up with Pitt. And I think that's why Pitt doesn't draw a lot of the big name athletes.
Do you think there's going to be a time where they do draw some of the big name athletes to Pittsburgh?
I don't know, knock down a hospital, put the stadium back over in Oakland.
Well, I mean, if you're bringing a big name eventually, because he's like, I'm all on board with keeping Narduzzi. I've said that on 2 Jagoffs. I'll even say it on here. I think out of the 4, if we're going to bring Pitt into this equation, hell, you can even bring Pitt basketball in here. I believe they should keep both of their head coaches because Pitt basketball has finally started to see like a resurface. The last 2 years, they lost a couple of players. Me and Jason Earl talked about that on the interview as well. But Pat Narduzzi out of everyone is the one I believe we should keep the most because he's had the most success recently out of every coach in Pittsburgh. Don Kelly's relatively new. Dan Muse hasn't even had his first season yet. Tomlin, we're still 50-50 on, so we got to wait and see how that pans out. But Pat Narduzzi, man, he has done so much for the University of Pitt. I don't see why we want to get rid of him. And, I mean, look at Boulder, Colorado. They bring in primetime Deion Sanders. Look at the numbers they draw. I'm not saying Pitt's going to be able to bring in a primetime Deion Sanders, but if they're able to maybe bring someone in down the line, that we could see something. But moving the Acrisure was the worst move they could have done.
Let me ask you this, though, and I'll ask you, Nick, because I already know his opinion. If you replace Narduzzi, who do you replace him with?
That's a good question. There's really no secondhand backup. There's nobody. Unless we're going to put you in there.
No.
You can negotiate a contract. There we go.
I'd probably have a heart attack. No, but at the end of the day, Narduzzi, the reason why I like Narduzzi, he fits Pittsburgh to the T. He's a blue collar. He's one of us. He gets angry. He's like watching Cowher when Cowher was a coach for the Steelers.
Oh,
he's
Bill
one
Cowher's
of us.
great.
Like, we've adopted him as a Pittsburgher. He's a Yinzer now.
Hey, Bill Cowher's a Carlington alumni over here.
Yes, he is.
Shout out to Carlington.
Yes, shout out to Cowher. Cowher power.
Cowher power.
What do you make of transition to football? Because I think this is a perfect time to talk Steelers because their draft wasn't great. I don't remember what we rated it as. I gave it like a C-ish.
I said C+.
C+. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I would have said C.
This quarterback, I'm just baffled by this situation and this new management. What do you make of it? Do you really think Mason Rudolph is your way to go, is to way to win a Super Bowl? I said no, and I stand by it.
Then they got Aaron Rodgers and Will Howard. It's like,
Yeah, you think Aaron Rodgers is now the way to go? He's old. I think he's playing one season and he's done.
All right, look. At the end of the day, they screwed up. They had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson left. Justin Fields wanted, I think, $20 million in a starting job. They parted ways with both of them. Then they brought Mason Rudolph back, and there's no way on this earth you can tell me that you thought Mason Rudolph was going to be your week 1 starter. I argued with Lucas about this. Listen, at the end of the day, if he was going to be your guy, Mike Tomlin, I'll call Mike Tomlin out because he said, yes, I could see him as our week 1 starter, then you would have never let him leave this city. You let him leave for a simple reason. He was not a good quarterback, period. Then you drafted Will Howard, and everybody was high on Will Howard, like they were Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with Pittsburghers is we like to think the next Ben Roethlisberger is out there. We're going to find him in the draft. We're going to, oh, this guy's from Ohio just like Ben. I've heard all these scenarios. It's not Ben. It's Will Howard. He wasn't good at Kansas State, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And then he went to Ohio State. Ohio State had good running backs. They had a good defense. There was reasons why he was put in situations where he didn't have to win. But at the end of the day, the Steelers' best move of their offseason was signing Aaron Rodgers because they had nothing else.
That's true. They had nothing else.
If you start Mason Rudolph and you don't – hypothetically, if Aaron Rodgers never come to Pittsburgh and we have Mason Rudolph as your starter, by week 3 or 4, Pittsburghers in the media are going to be calling for Will Howard. And then they're going to put Will Howard in like they did Kenny Pickett. And what happened with Kenny Pickett?
Not what happened.
Yes, because in today's NFL, these quarterbacks need to come in, sit behind somebody. I mean, look, C.J. Stroud, I'll bring him up, for instance. Great rookie campaign. Second year, what did he do?
Nothing.
They
Flunk.
need that year to sit, to learn the offense, learn the NFL, learn the team, learn everything. Patrick Mahomes did it.
Every great quarterback did, if you think about it right now. Lamar Jackson did it. Josh Allen even did it. Baker Mayfield did it. Patrick Mahomes did it. Every quarterback that we look at in a different lighting has done it. Even Steve Young.
Yeah. So my opinion, though, to go back to my opinion, Aaron Rodgers was their best signing off season. He will honestly put them in playoff contention because I argued with Austin about this. He's had almost 4,000 yards last year, almost 30 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. At 40 years old, 40. And I know what you're going to say. You had Garrett Wilson, you had this one, you had that one. You know what? None of them receivers was DK Metcalf.
But
they'd get one more receiver. I'm telling you, they may have 11 wins this year. And I'm not a Steeler fan.
And this is where he loses me, Nick.
Well, we lost you when you said you were a Cardinals fan because we know by
but you said the Cowboys.
We know by week 1 that they're already out of playoff contention.
Time out. You said the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Anyway.
And we made that bet. If they do,
I will shave my head bald. I will look like my dad. Dad, me and you will both be bald if.
What did you bet if the Cardinals win the Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl?
I know the Cardinals. I'm not betting anything because they're not making it to the Super Bowl. I know. I'm at least not blind enough to know that. Look, here's the thing. This is where you lose me on Aaron Rodgers. The fact that whenever you compare Rodgers with the Jets to the Steelers, you can't compare it because when he was with the Jets, yes, the Jets were pathetic, but look at the divisions they were in. Buffalo ran through the AFC East. The Patriots are a rebuilding franchise. The Miami Dolphins are a mess. We both covered that. And the Jets are really only the second best team there because of default. When you look at the AFC North, on the other hand, though, you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens. You got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and the Cincinnati Bengals. You got the Browns, who, they're kind of on the down.
So is the Bengals. They're flunking.
I would fully disagree. I would say the Bengals were one win away from possibly being a Super Bowl contender last year. So here's the thing.
If the Bengals would have made the playoffs, they would have probably upset the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, as good as they were playing.
Yeah, so when you look at the Steelers division right now, it is much more tougher of a division. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm not saying that he's not capable of winning games. I'm not saying he's not capable of getting a winning season. I'll say about 9 to 10 wins, possibly. 11, though, that's a stretch right there. Because, listen, Aaron Rodgers can win you games. Aaron Rodgers can score you points. But is he going to take you to the promised land? The best he's going to take you is to the first round, and then you're going to be first-round exits. That's what's going to happen with the Pittsburgh Steelers because of the level of competition. Each team in the AFC North is better in terms of age, in terms of youth, and in terms of experience.
Can't 3 teams come out of the division into the playoffs?
3 teams can, and if Pittsburgh were, they would be number 3, and they would be first-round exits.
And your Cardinals quarterback takes you to the couch in the preseason.
So wait a second. You make that statement, okay, real quick. What has Lamar Jackson done in the playoffs?
Thank you.
What has he done? Why
What has Josh Allen
why
done?
are we high on Lamar Jackson when all he does is lose when it matters?
Yes. What about Josh Allen? I think I brought up this point. He's flunked in the playoffs too. They haven't made it to a Super Bowl yet with him, I don't think.
As long as they don't play the Chiefs, they're fine.
I was going to say, but AFC teams need to solve, and this is not just a Steeler problem. This is not a Buffalo problem. This is not a Baltimore problem. This is an AFC team problem. There's a thing called the Kansas City curse. They can't get past the Kansas City Chiefs. NFC teams have figured it out. The Philadelphia Eagles figured it out. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers figured it out. But why can't these AFC teams figure it out? Listen, if you can limit Patrick Mahomes, he's beatable. We saw Tampa Bay do that. We saw Philadelphia do that. We saw Philadelphia nearly do that 2 years ago. Honestly, they should be up 2 Super Bowls against the Chiefs. But the reason why these AFC teams can't do it, when was the last time you saw Buffalo limit Patrick Mahomes? They haven't. What about Cincinnati? They're the closest team to doing so, but they haven't. Pittsburgh, they haven't.
They did the 1 year and they went to Super Bowl and won.
Cincinnati did the 1 year, but again, these AFC teams need to be able to limit Patrick Mahomes, and none of them done that yet. Josh Allen is 0 for 4. 0 for 4. That's pathetic.
I'll play devil's advocate because teams have tried to limit Patrick Mahomes, and then he does his stupid flop out of bounds to try and get extra yards. Patrick Mahomes does go a long way in trying to get extra calls.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he's trying to draw a penalty. I mean, I don't agree with it, but at the end of the day, that's what he's trying to do. But Josh Allen,
Flunk.
do you know why he can't beat Patrick Mahomes? Do you have any older siblings, or you don't?
No, I'm the only child.
He doesn't have any older siblings. He's the oldest. I have an older brother. Growing up, my brother beat me up. That's what brothers do. They beat you up. When I got bigger and older, I'm like, this is the day. This is the day I'm going to beat my brother up. But he's my bigger brother. He still beat me up. That's Mahomes to Josh Allen. He's his big brother. He just beats him up all the time, and he can't beat him.
And Lamar, if you notice, he tries to do the run game, and when he tries to do the run game, it just falls completely. Because if you stop the run, he has nowhere to go. And if he tries to throw it, that's another flunk. Stop the run game for Lamar.
Do you know why they didn't win last year?
He tried to be a ball hog and try to run half the time.
Ron Harbaugh and him did not figure out they have a guy named Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you sound like a broken record at this point.
I mean, best
He can
running
plow
back in
through
the league.
anybody.
Best running back in the league. What'd I tell you? Run him till the wheels fall off. Run him till the wheels fall off. But I think that's on Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, to me, is probably one of the worst AFC quarterbacks in playoff.
Okay, I'm about to say in playoffs.
You almost struck a nerve
I'm
over
about
there.
to say, if you say regular season, I was about to have a heart attack here on
Okay,
Steel
but
City.
what does regular season really get you?
It doesn't get you anything, but like we still got to break down
You
the
get
stats.
that stupid trophy they give out to the quarterbacks.
The quarterback award.
Yeah, the
that's what we
quarterback
label it,
award.
Nick. The quarterback award.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's won the quarterback award 2 or 3 times and gets smacked around in the playoffs.
Hey, I mean, you can say that about every AFC quarterback. You can say that about
Right.
Josh Allen. You can say that about. I mean, Joe Burrow is really the only one that's actually beaten Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship.
What do you make of the TJ Watt negotiations?
He's going to sign with the Steelers. I told Austin this on 2 Jagoffs. I believe now that he got Aaron Rodgers, I believe he was waiting to see who he was going to get. That's my opinion. Because at the end of the day, would you want Mason Rudolph as your starting quarterback?
Absolutely not. I would take over myself.
I'd go back to the Titans with Mr. Mayo.
I mean, and listen, during negotiations, you got the one side. I know this from experience. One side was digging their heels in. The other side was digging their heels in. I believe what it's going to come down to is he wanted to be one of the highest paid edge rushers, and I believe he's going to be at the end of the day, and he's going to be a Steeler. Come first day of training camp, I see him being a Steeler with a high contract.
Do you think that his negotiation tactic by not showing up to the mini super camp was good? I think he was going to get fined 100-some thousand. What is that, TJ Watt? But TJ Watt has a good point, but I have to play devil's advocate because we also brought this up. He hasn't had a tackle since Christmas, I think. Since, 160-some snaps?
161 consecutive snaps.
There we
Last
go.
tackle was a 5-yard loss against your Kansas City Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco.
See, this is a stat that we rehearse pretty much every time we bring up TJ Watt. It's down pack.
My issue with TJ Watt is on third down. Like, I always argue with Pittsburghers because I'm a Chiefs fan, obviously, and I believe Chris Jones is a pretty good edge rusher.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yes.
He's the Hall
But
of Famer.
on third downs, you see Chris Jones in there. a lot of third downs when it matters. I didn't see T.J. Watt in there.
No.
I don't know if it's an injury. I don't know if it's their scheme, if it's their defense they're running. I don't want to try to pick it apart. But that was my issue with T.J. Watt. I don't think when it mattered, he was in there. I don't know if that's on the coach, if that's on the defensive scheme, if that's on him, if he's hurt. I don't want to call him out. But as far as using stuff in contract negotiations, listen, not a shot at media, but what the media does is they pick one thing and they beat it to death.
Oh, for sure.
And they were beating to death the fact that he was holding out on minicamp. Well, he may have told them in negotiations, hey, if this goes past this date, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Fair enough tactic.
the behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't know of the negotiations, it's hard to point the finger at T.J. Watt and say, well, look what he did, because it could have been like, okay, what did they do to make him do that? You know what I mean? Did they just say we're done negotiating at this point in time, and that's what he had to do to show them he meant business? Like, I don't know that.
That is true. And I mean, with the whole TJ Watt situation as well, when you look at the rest of the team overall, they lost a lot of players. They had to do a lot of rebuilding in the draft. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was like 25, 26 contracts that were up last season from the Steelers.
Yes.
Most of them were defense. And bringing back a TJ Watt is going to be great for them because he's their best player out there. But Dad, like you mentioned, he's on the sidelines most of the third.
Yeah.
You want to know who's not? Myles Garrett not. Myles Garrett is out there. Chris Jones is out there. Bosa's out there. Hutchinson's out there. Crosby's out there. Why can't Watt be out there? That's the biggest question mark there. And let's just say you do bring him back. Okay, you invest all this money in him. What about the rest of these players? What about these other positions you need to fill? Are you going to be able to do that? They got Derek Harmon in the draft. That's a big piece right there. They got out of Oregon. I'm very happy with that draft pick. But outside of that,
That was a steal.
that was a steal. That was
opinion.
that was honestly their only good pick in the draft, outside of maybe Will Howard just because of where you got him. But when you look at the rest of this team, they don't have a running game. Their receiver room is relatively thin, so hopefully they do bring in a Tyler Boyd. DK Metcalf, yeah, that's great and all that he's here, but there's zero chemistry with him and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I believe a Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf would have been better just because Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf has been to playoff games and has won playoff games together. Rodgers and DK, this is their first time meeting, and guess what? Rodgers holding out on OTAs and missing some training camps already. That right there is eliminating chemistry before it even gets started. If Rodgers was there from day one before the draft, like I was saying that, then maybe we could see some chemistry with them. But since there is no chemistry, do we really see them going as far? I mean, look at Joe Burrow. He's been in the Super Bowl with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Look at Lamar Jackson, what he's done, running up the field with Derrick Henry. What have the Steelers done together? They don't have anybody. They have no chemistry whatsoever.
You think that falls on coaching, Mike Tomlin, and all the coaching staff that surrounds him? Is it time for Mike Tomlin to go, just like every other Pittsburgh manager around here?
I mean, his name's been thrown out there as far as he should go. My question, once again, is who do you get to replace him?
You.
No.
You're like the second-hand option.
If I'm going to be an NFL coach, it's going to be with my beloved Chiefs.
Well, Andy Reid ain't going.
And I'm not replacing Andy Reid anytime soon. Although I was on TV with Andy Reid. I'll have to show you that picture.
Ooh. Don't you want to make the headlines? Don't you want to get on the media? Because if so, I'll be right there front row seats with Austin and tormenting him.
I appreciate that, but at this time, I'm going to decline the offer, Kansas City. Keep me in mind, though.
You're on the wait list.
Yeah, as far as like Mike Tomlin going, everybody's pushing for his job. But at the end of the day, what are you going to get better? And the Steelers have accepted just winning first-round exit. So it's not just on Mike Tomlin. It's on management. It's on a lot of people. I mean, they've not replaced Ben Roethlisberger. Let's face reality. It's been a quarterback carousel ever since Big Ben left Pittsburgh and retired. So, I mean, you never looked – and I believe his contract, and nothing against him, but I believe his contract held them back to be able to go get somebody. And for whatever reason, all them draft picks that they've had since Ben, his last couple years, they never tried to capitalize and get the next Ben Roethlisberger. They just kept waiting, kicking the can down the street. Well, that can's crushed down the street right now. I mean, you got 41-year-old quarterback going to be your starter. And as far as I disagree with you on the chemistry, because the one thing that Aaron Rodgers could do better than Russell Wilson could do is more accurate deep ball threat. Where Russell Wilson still could throw the deep ball, but Aaron Rodgers is more accurate. That chemistry will come because at the end of the day, DK Metcalf and him are great athletes, And Aaron Rodgers still has some zip on that ball. And I'm telling you, you're going to be very surprised at the numbers you see them two put up. I see Metcalf being a 1,000-yard receiver this year.
I can see that.
I see him 10-plus touchdowns. And I see Aaron Rodgers with 30 touchdowns and almost 4,000 yards. That's why I think they're going to win 11 games. Me and you looked at the schedule. I believe they have a chance to win 11 games. Me and you went through the schedule one game after
debatable, but yeah.
No, there's some. I think he brings up some good points that 11 isn't out of the question. I think I even pushed 12 at one point. If you look at it.
But look, I will say this. It's not that Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf won't have chemistry. Maybe I should reword this a little bit. What I was saying was Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf's chemistry is already established.
They had the history.
They had the history. So that's why I was bringing that up. I'm not saying they're not going to be able to adapt on the fly and be able to bring it in, but it's going to take time. If you bring in Russell Wilson, though, with DK Metcalf, it's going to just flick on like a light switch. With Rodgers and Metcalf, it's probably going to sit for a couple weeks, and then we'll start seeing a broom. But no, I agree with you. I think Metcalf is going to be phenomenal. I had nothing but nice things to say about him. Contract's a little suspect, but outside of that, I believe he was one of the best receivers for the longest time in Seattle. I believe Seattle was actually holding him back because of how many receivers they had. They had Tyler Lockett, him, and Jackson Smith.
Phenomenal hands.
Phenomenal hands.
Phenomenal.
Listen, the DK Metcalf won me over at fault of my Cardinals, actually. It was Thursday Night Football against the Cardinals.
The one-handed grab.
Not even the one-handed grab. Buda Baker got a pick, and he was running down the sideline, and he was about to get a pick six, about to get a 99-yard pick six. It was right on the 1-yard line, and DK Metcalf is just hauling ass downfield, tackles him right at the 20-yard line. I'm like, run, Buda, run! And Buda's one of the best safeties.
Buda, bang!
I was literally screaming like, Buda, run! And Buda's one of the best safeties in the league. And the fact that Metcalf hunted him down like a pack mule, I was impressed. I was like, damn.
Shows the speed that he has and the speed that the Steelers need, because as you saw it with George Pickens.
And Nick, he's a big guy. This isn't like a little guy. This is a big receiver right here, too. They need that. They need that height.
They need the speed. They need the height, because George Pickens would either fumble as he was running downfield, wouldn't be able to catch it, or would have the one foot in and half out of bounds.
Or he'll start like a fight.
Pickens got in his own way. He's a great talent. He just got in his own way.
That's your problem now. He's a Cowboy.
What do you make of him being a Cowboys fan? Was that the correct decision?
He's going to be a diva there, like he was in Pittsburgh. There's no structure there to correct him. And just like Pittsburgh, there was no structure. At the end of the day, if he went to Kansas City, he would not have been pulling them stunts he would have been pulling. And I'm not just saying that because it's my team. That's the ship that Andy Reid runs. The problem with Pittsburgh is we used to have what they call the Steeler way. The Steeler way used to be there was no BS. There was none of that crap. They didn't put up with it. I believe it was Troy Polamalu and maybe Ryan Clark, quote me if I'm wrong, Austin. They had said that Tomlin lost the locker room, and it started when Antonio Brown was like 1 or 2 years in the league. He started becoming a diva, and instead of Tomlin correcting him as the coach and management correcting him, they allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do, and now the Steeler way is gone. The Juju Smith with the TikToks and all that stuff. That stuff never happened in the Steelers' past. It's no longer the Steeler way, as they call it. And I think it's sickening, to be honest. I'm not even a Steeler fan. I personally don't like it. But when he goes to Dallas, your Dallas Cowboys, nothing against your Cowboys, the problem there is Jerry Jones. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones is a cancer in that organization.
You don't have no room to talk. Those Cardinals over there. I've never seen a worse team ever. They put me to sleep.
See, this is how you know I've won the argument already. He keeps bringing up my Cardinals, even though I have not mentioned them once. I know they
You were over there doing some kind of emotions.
Nick, you've never had a girlfriend. We both had ex-girlfriends. There's a stage called denial. He's in that denial stage right now. He's still trying to.
I'm glad you brought up ex-girlfriends, because you brought up Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. They're exes, right?
I mean,
what do you never do? You never go back to an ex. Why? Because they're an ex for a reason. It didn't work out, right? So guess what? DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson didn't work out. Aaron
they did
Rodgers
work out,
and
though. It's just they didn't.
They parted ways, just like an ex-girlfriend. They parted ways.
That's a good reference. We'll have to think of that more often before someone gets axed.
Yes.
And
but
Jerry Jones is like that toxic, controlling girlfriend that never wants to go away.
But as far as Pickens in Dallas, let's go back to the basics on this. Pickens, if he does not get the touches that he wants, him and Dak are going to be at arms.
You think Dak makes it a full season? It's also another question a lot of people have.
I mean, listen, he goes to a good receiver room. You got CeeDee Lamb still there. One of the top receivers in the NFL.
I'd say he's second best.
Yeah, I would probably put him 1 or 2, maybe 3 at worst.
Ooh, I brought that up, and Austin didn't like that take. I told you CD was top.
I said he was top 2, just not number 1.
Yeah, not number 1.
That's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I would put Jefferson as 1 until he shows me differently.
Him and Jamar Chase is like 50-50, though.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I might put him at 3 is because of you got Jefferson and Jamar Chase, depending on if Chase is healthy. I would probably put him tied with number 2. I mean, I had him in fantasy. He was phenomenal in fantasy.
Do you think now that he has CD and George that this team, that whoever you throw the ball to, nobody can be wide open because you can't double team any of them? Both have their own talents. Do you think CD and George are going to work together, or is Pickens going to be that hostile head that always wants the ball and wants to be that ball hog?
Well, I would say as long as he doesn't get in his own way, they could have a good season. I will say that.
How many games you think?
In that division, I mean, they're playing against Washington, Philly, Super Bowl champ, and them, and who's their last team in that division?
What?
It's Detroit. I mean, it's Dallas, Washington, Philly,
New York.
And New York Giants. Giants are god-awful. Just face reality. They suck.
Just like the Mets.
I'm picking Washington to
All
win
New
that
York
division.
teams suck, so.
Yes, screw the Mets.
I'm picking Washington to win that division.
Okay.
So I see them around 9 victories. Your Dallas Cowboys.
I'm not mad at that. I did say they could pull out a winning season, but they are not winning the division.
I got Washington.
Way in hell. I don't know about Washington. I still say Philly, but
Philly lost a lot of people since that run.
They did, but that offense is still a machine. Like, that offense is unstoppable. They got Saquon, Hurts, Brown, Smith.
But it's very hard to have a repeat year of your stats.
That is true.
And to go hard like you did. I mean, the Chiefs did it, don't get me wrong, but it's very hard.
Did you know I ordered a 3-peat jersey?
I did not.
A T-shirt, I mean.
I've seen the kitchen. I call your house the All-America house and the Kansas City Chiefs kitchen. I told Austin the one day I think I should come over and just redecorate it in some blue for Dallas.
You might have my wife mad at you.
I brought Ollie over for the first time, and he was shocked by the Kansas City kitchen. He was like starstruck. He was like, "What the hell is this?"
It's.
He said it was cool, though.
Your house could be up for like a museum.
It's my sanctuary.
Especially with Austin, all the hats. It literally is a sanctuary. Literally, it could be a museum, open house tour.
Yeah, it could be.
Sell tickets online. See? We're marketing here at Steel City.
Yes.
You can negotiate that.
We could negotiate.
See, there we go.
I got to work on my T-shirt first.
You got to work on your T-shirt. Is there any of those sports topics you want to ask him? I want to jump off the sports for a little bit.
You want to jump off? Sure.
All right. So me and Nick,
Oh.
mostly me, but I've been kind of bringing Nick into this as well now. We have a thing called the Summer of Grind. That is what this summer has been titled. I know Nick messes around with me a lot about rushing summer, which this is actually our first time in person since for a while, actually. It's been over a month.
Yes.
I think it was Lucas's interview was the last time we were in the meeting.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. And we've been doing Zoom episodes ever since. And not only have we been doing Zoom Steel City episodes, we've been doing bonus content on the YouTube channel. I've been grinding out 2 Jagoffs. You know that interview Sunday, weekly episodes, promos, the wrestling events I'm doing. I want to know to you, Dad, what your favorite interview is. Because interviews is the biggest aspect of 2 Jagoffs. And me and you
Andrew Palace.
Okay, well, I knew you were going to say that, but hold on one sec.
Okay.
We did a lot of, we actually broke down an entire episode talking about all the interviews. I feel like this is a good time to actually talk about all those ones. I don't know how many you listened to. Up at this recording, Roger Lenhart was the most recent. What's your thoughts on everything? Nick, I know you listen to every interview.
Oh, yes. He even gives me a rating. We have a Sunday call now. I have to rate the interview out of 10.
Yep.
And I'm a nitpicky. When I rate them, ask him. I'm very nitpicky. I go through every aspect.
He is. He lays into me. He's honest. He gives me the constructive.
No, that's good. That's what I would do. I've done that with him, too. I've told him, hey, you've done this. You should have done that. You should have done this. You should ask this question. I'm critical. Listen, I'm not that parent that says, hey, you'll do better. No, you sucked. You ain't
exactly.
playing.
That's like my dad, too. He tells me it's reality.
Yes. I mean, it's constructive criticism at the end of the day with maybe a little bit of negative reinforcement. I don't know. But I didn't see the Lionheart one.
Oh, you're going to love it.
That's a good interview.
I did not see that one to this date. Like I said, I was 1 behind on that and one or 2 behind on Steel City. Obviously, I'm in the middle of 2 contract negotiations, so times are pretty tough on being able to listen to stuff. But with that being said, if I had to pick my favorite, it's Palace.
Oh, look at that. I also picked Palace.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, And I talked to him. We went to the IWC a couple weeks ago, and I personally talked to him. Good guy, fantastic human being.
Loves pickles.
Loves pickles. At the end of the day, he's just a happy guy.
Oh, I know. Even on the podcast, he brought the energy. Like, there was not a damn thing that I found wrong with that interview. That was, I think, the first 10 out of 10 interview that I gave.
Yeah, I mean, if he would have threw him through a wall or
I would have really gave a 20.
I mean, that would have been the best ending.
Yes.
But, I mean, thank you for not doing that as his father. But as a Jagoff, next time throw him through a table.
Yes.
Thanks.
No, at the end of the day, like I asked Andrew when we met him in person, and I don't know how much you are into wrestling.
Well, I've gotten into wrestling because of Palace. I've started listening to a lot more wrestling stuff. But Palace always seems like he enjoys IWC and all these fights that he goes to. I even, especially he's going to be a Jagoff, especially towards Austin.
Yes. The reason why I bring it up is if you go to like WWE, AEW, TNA, those are the big names. And I said this on 2 Jagoffs. The interaction, you may get one wrestler out of, say, 20 wrestlers.
It's limited.
To actually interact with you, but you'd have to be in the front row spending $800 or $900 or $1,000 for a ticket, hoping that they engage with you. Where if you go to one of these indie events, these are normal guys that get up and go to another job, and they do this because they love the entertainment part of it, the sport, whatever you want to call it, and they're just doing it to make themselves better and to get in deeper into the organization and deeper into wrestling. But they'll engage with you.
Yes.
Like, the chances are very high that you'll get him to engage. We went to an 880 wrestling event that Austin was working the camera for.
Shout 880.
And what was the guy's name? I apologize.
Which one?
The one that I was messing with.
Fairboy?
Yeah.
Clayton King.
So Clayton King comes out, and Austin said, hey, when I look over at you, you got to call the guy Fairboy. And me, the way I am, the heel, you know what the heel is in wrestling?
The bad guy.
He's the bad guy. So nobody likes the bad guy, right? And then the other guy, the good guy, is called the face.
Of course, Austin will have you play the bad guy, of course.
Correct. So what I do is, if the heel comes out and everybody's booing him,
you're the opposite.
I'm cheering him, and vice versa.
Love this.
So that's what I like to do. That's what the people I go with, we like to do. We like that controversy. Yes. Plus, it engages the wrestler one way or the other.
I'm totally down for Thursday night fights now, just for this, just to be the opposite. Oh, yes.
So we go to Thursday night fights. That's where I was going. and Clayton comes out, and Austin looks over. So I start. Ferret boy. Ferret boy. I don't even know why I'm calling him Ferret boy. Don't really care why. At one point, that's a character that they're playing.
Huh?
He breaks character and is like, dude, can you just please stop calling me that? Which was fantastic because I got him out of his character. So what I was saying with all that is go to these indie events, support these local wrestlers like your Andrew Palace. And I made the comment to him when we went to IWC. I said, Andrew, the greatest part of your interview was you were in character the whole time. And he looks at me and he goes, that's who I am. Which was fantastic.
Yes.
And I said, I love it even more now.
Especially if he has that much energy every time.
Yes, and he's just giving you who he is. And, what's not to like about him? You know what I mean? He's a good guy. At the end of the day, he came on the podcast, and the one thing that resonated with that interview, what was your favorite part of the interview?
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I couldn't figure out anything that could go wrong. I love the life advice that he gave.
So that was probably your favorite part of that interview?
I just loved everything that he talked about, from his career to just how he interacts with people and how he can make time for interviews, because a lot of these famous and bigwigs, they say, hell with you. I'm not going to have an interview. Andrew just came around, gave the advice, just did everything right, in my opinion, for a perfect interview.
Yeah. My favorite part was he said he doesn't do interviews, but he's seen something in Austin that made him want to do the podcast with Austin.
That's a spark.
Yeah, to me, that was the best part of the interview because, obviously, because I'm his father.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm looking for that, but that was the most real answer that you could give. And, kudos to him. And I see why he has a following. I see why he's a likable person. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of him.
Didn't he stay back an hour and a half for more advice, more videos, more content?
Yeah, not even just, he helped me with a backstage, like a shoot promo, like where I was pretending to interview him. and I sent that in as a demo to IWC and to other wrestling companies, which actually may or may not have gotten me a gig, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And then he actually stayed back an additional hour and a half even after that just to talk, just to BS about business. And he could have easily left. I mean, he paid for parking and everything just to come down here, and he stayed an extra hour and a half. He was standing right there in that corner, actually. I was right here, like over by the chairs, and we were just talking about life. I was telling about my life. He was telling me about his life, business.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, too, I mean, the promo that you guys cut,
Yes.
I mean, and then I seen the other, I don't know if you've seen the thing he's talking about.
I showed him.
Yes.
Backstage, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's helping your career out. I mean, he's helping his career to a certain degree because he can put that on his social media on his page, you know what I mean, Facebook, Instagram, whatever he has.
Exposure.
And he gets some exposure, but it's giving you exposure as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean, for an upcoming podcaster. I mean, so that was my favorite. And he beat out Robbie because Robbie was my favorite going to that point.
Really?
Yes.
Robbie Makowski?
Yes.
A Jagoff? Interesting.
Yes. I mean, and once again, great interview. Gave some great advice.
Yes.
And he took on the Jagoff role.
Yes, he did. I
You know what I mean?
made
Like,
that very
he
clear.
He endured that, and that's what I wanted to see. I mean, some of the other interviews, I'm not going to, you know.
You name it. We can talk about the interviews. It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, like,
Name names, but
yeah, I mean, some of them, they just did the interview, and that's cool. That's all it
Yes.
was. You know what I mean?
some
But-
were just.
right.
I was baffled by the one.
Gets Off, to me, is up there.
Yes.
I love Gets Off.
Josh
was great.
Getoff was decent on my
Jason
list.
Earl is up there.
Decent on the list.
Rob
Hillgrove.
King, Hillgrove. I mean, how do you not like them guys?
Tyler
Exactly.
Palco was a good one.
Palco.
Palco.
I can't believe I pulled that one.
Palco was a great interview for the simple fact, NFL quarterback.
What about the Kevin Homa interview?
Kevin Homa,
Who's that kid, right?
honorable mention. We'll give him an honorable mention.
But go back to Palco. What were you going to say about
Yeah.
Palco? Yeah, I saw a little.
Yeah, I saw something
I
going
mean,
on
listen, he was one of my favorite Pitt quarterbacks of all time. I mean, and on the thing, he made a joke with Austin, like your dad was probably like, "Oh no," as a Kansas City fan. No, it was totally opposite. I was like, "Let's go, Pittsburgh, let's go!" You know what I mean? I'm like pounding the screen, "Let's go!" And I mean, listen, he's an NFL quarterback. You know how hard it is to be in the NFL, number one, and then to actually start an NFL game.
and capitulate on that
Yes.
and build your career on top of everything.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a Pittsburgher. I grew up in Oakdale. He was a neighboring community over in Imperial. I mean, like, how do you not like the guy? Went to Pitt, you know what I mean? Like,
Pitt.
did everything right.
Play with Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Played with the greatest receiver of all time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect duo right there.
What about some of the other interviews? I mean, what about the political ones? You had 3 different politicians on. I know that's kind of more your wheelhouse
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Anita Kulik, great content. I like Anita a lot. She does a lot for the communities around our
Household name.
Yes, I mean, I'm glad she's in a position she's in. I'll be going to her golf outing here in a couple weeks. I always enjoy going to her golf outing, chatting with her, and she's always supported the Teamsters, so I'm very big supporter of her.
Councilwoman Smith.
Councilwoman Smith, I'm sorry. I almost said somebody else.
That's a future interview.
Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Teresa Kell Smith, love her to death. She should have been mayor of Pittsburgh for years.
Totally, yes. I would have moved to Pittsburgh just to vote for her.
Yes, she is one of the people that make politics
Great again.
interesting and great again. Yes, because and I know some stories that a lot of the public don't know about her because I worked with her husband for the last 30 years. She goes into nuisance bars. She'll jump in a plow truck. She'll do stuff like this and like tell kids, you know, it's past the curfew. This is the stuff that she does because she cares about the community.
She'll go out of her way and out of her
Correct.
league to make the community better again.
Yes. And Tom is her husband's name. He was telling me a great story, and I got to share it. We're from Carnegie. There's a local ice cream place down there called Scoops.
I love Scoops.
Okay.
And he asked me about this like a couple months ago. He said, "Hey, did you ever go to Scoops?" I said, "Oh, we love it there." And he's like, "Me and the wife love it there." So then he comes into work. He said, "Hey, we go once a week now." And he's like, "I love the place." And I'm like, "Hey, good for you. I don't go that often, but good for you and good for business." And he was telling me a story. Now, this is just showing you the character of Teresa Kell Smith. I guess there was probably, I believe he said 6 or 8 kids ranging from like 6, 7 years old and up to teenagers. Maybe they were all teenagers, whatever. But they were all children. and they're all outside of Scoops, and she says to him, Tom, buy those kids some ice cream. And he's like, what? She's like, go get them kids some ice cream. So he goes out to all the kids, gets some ice cream, and then they leave. That's the stuff that you don't see. She actually cares about communities, and she doesn't even represent Carnegie.
No.
She represents the city. And she's retiring at the end of the year.
No.
Yeah. And thank her for all of her,
She's on Facebook.
hard
She's a
work and
legacy.
everything. Yes.
Well, she was, I think, one of the only interviews, I think, to date that not only took the time to do the interview, but then after followed two Jagoffs back and even shared the interview in a Facebook group and made a whole spiel about it. And I said, I love this interview, Councilwoman Smith, but she went on to Facebook and even put the link, put the interview, and took that time out of her day. Not many people do that.
No.
That's true.
Especially when she's retiring, too. I mean,
Yes.
I know when I'm like 4 or 5 months out,
You're done.
I'm checked out.
You're checked out.
I mean, that's where I'm probably going to be. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, she's a great human being. She's great for politics. It's going to be sad to see her leave. I mean, I liked her interview, and,
Definitely going to be hard to replicate her doings and her community.
I believe somebody in her office is running for her seat. I think it's her. I don't know her position, but I believe it's somebody in her office that worked hand in hand with her. So hopefully she learned from Teresa.
She would make Pittsburgh great again.
Yeah.
She's only limited to what she can do, but if you look at the broader aspect, she's amazing. Nobody can really compete with her.
I agree. Like I said, she's my favorite politician. Like with my position, I'm a political coordinator for the Teamsters for our local, and I get a lot of letters from politicians, and I get a lot of invites to all these political functions. And I got to be honest, she's up here. Whenever she sends me anything, we donate, period. There's no questions asked. I don't care the price. We donate to her because I see her work in the communities and that, and she's always backed the Teamsters. So I'm always going to go for Teresa Kell Smith. And Anita Kulik's climbing that ladder where when I see her name, we're going to do the same.
I come from a union family, too. My dad's part of the union of where he works, and so we're highly union people.
What does he do?
He works at Smithfield Foods. He's the part of the sausage plant that does the sausage all for McDonald's, Burger King. He's part of his union, so he's also a union guy.
Do you know what union he's in?
No, but they
We
always
need to
have.
find that out.
Yes, he has a union golf outing always in September out past the airport every year that he always goes to. He's a golfer like you, so maybe you should two connect.
I like it.
He's golf league every Tuesday now. I'm like,
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought that up because our Teamsters, with the help of Tim Smith, Al Waltz, Keith Waugh, and Bill Lewandowski, we all got together. We had a golf outing every year, and it was just basically a golf outing. Well, we came together probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, and we decided, let's make something positive for the membership and their families. So what we created was I got a lot more. I went out and my intention was to get sponsors to pay for holes and to pay for some prizes. That way we can raise money and give to high school and college students of the people in our bargaining unit, which they have to be a Teamster member or Teamster family member. And we've given away $3,000 scholarships for the last 4 or 5 years, which I'm very happy to see that because we give a big check. Fortunately, my son won it last year.
I was going to say, isn't he just getting another scholarship that you have a speech coming up this year?
That's a completely different
That's a
scholarship.
completely
but
different one,
yeah.
yeah.
That's another scholarship, yeah.
And me personally, I enjoyed giving it, not because he got it, because I never even envisioned him ever winning it. To me, helping somebody build for the future is something that I believe in. Union belief is education. I will never turn down education for a member or a member's family, so that's why I'm strong on it. We have another one coming up July 27th, and we're going to be able to give away 3 more $1,000 scholarships in December, which I'm happy. You know what I mean? That's all the hard work of all the guys I mentioned, and anybody that can support them, that listens to this podcast, reach out to Austin or Nick and get a hold of me, and I would gladly take any donation from anybody.
I want to backtrack here for a second. That's amazing. And go back to the interview cycle for a second here now and kind of loop something in.
Ooh.
So Nick Brown over there has recently made an endorsement.
What?
You have declined that endorsement. Do you mind sharing?
Oh, yes.
You want me to share or you want Nick to
I
share?
want you to share. You're the
Cindy is
guest.
probably listening.
Okay.
Watch what
so,
you say so you don't get in trouble when we get home.
So when I first met Nick Brown, he comes into my house.
The All-America house, by the way, as soon as we pulled up.
And the first thing he says is, "Hey, Jumbo Dad 1, how are you?" Which is my Instagram name for the people
We
that
love
don't know.
Instagram.
So then we proceed to talk, and he tells me that he wants me to run for mayor of Carnegie. And he wants my wife, Cindy, to be the first lady,
First lady.
of Carnegie. Thinking it's a joke, we laugh.
Yeah.
We have a good time. And then I proceed to get a direct message from Nick about it was long, right or wrong?
Yeah.
It was long, and this is before the Sam Bigham interview,
Yes.
and he had proclaimed that he would like me to run again for mayor. I declined, and I will get into why I declined. And then the Bigham interview come out, and then I got another long message, which I responded to,
Yes.
and I agreed with him. Do you want to share what any of your messages
Yeah, I
were?
said, I think you'd be the perfect fit. And I was telling Austin. Austin was like, yeah, come on, you need to push him for a little bit. And even Austin said, I don't think he's going to do it. Cindy even declined. And then after the Bigham interview come out, I said, we really need some change because that Bigham interview, no disrespect, I was either lost, I was confused. I didn't like it at all. He didn't give me the proclamation for running at all. Why I should vote for Sam Bigham, and I don't even live in Carnegie. I said, how is this guy running? And I think the simple answer was he's the only one that's going out. He's the only one that's putting yard signs, and he's the only one that's actually putting himself out there to vote. The other guy running, no idea who he is. Haven't even heard anything from him. And I think Austin shared the same point.
So 2 yard signs. That was it.
2 yard sign. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even know what the guy looks
Exactly.
like. I know he's an older guy.
Dave Klug.
Klug.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing against
Luke,
him.
I don't know.
But listen, at the end of the day, and I'll get into why I didn't run. I've been approached over the last probably 10 years by multiple people in multiple entities of Carnegie. And even in the Teamsters, there was a push probably about 8 years ago to have guys that are in the union, that are representatives of the union, run for these political positions within their boroughs, their communities. And the reason why is they want people in government that have union beliefs so they can look out for working class people. And the only way to get your agenda through is if you have one of your own in there. And that was the push for years. And I've been approached numerous times to run for mayor. Even when a good friend of mine, Jack Kabistik, who
shout out to
ran
Jack.
as independent, I was pushed. They asked me at that time to run, and I was like, it's not the right time. And I believe that was the lingo I gave you was
Yes.
it's not the right time. And I will say to anybody, the way I operate is, and this is only for me, when I decided to run for any political position, I've held political offices as a committee guy, which is political, a steward, which is political for the union, vice president, and now president. The one thing I've always done, and I will continue to do, is me and my wife, Cindy, will sit down. We will discuss it. I will tell her what the job is, what it entails. I want her support. If I don't have her support, I will not run for the job.
Because you'll be axed.
Not just that. It's with these political jobs. If you put your heart into it the way it's supposed to be, there's a lot of time away from the house, away from the family, away from activities and stuff that you're going to lose. So if you don't have that support, what's the sense of even running?
There's a lot of behind the scenes of mayors, governors, and so forth that we don't even know about.
Correct. And if you want to do it the right way, like Teresa Kell Smith did, like Anita Kulik's doing, you're going to give away some family time. Just like I tell Austin, in his field, he's going to give away family time.
I'm already.
You know what I mean? It's going to happen. But for me to run for the job that I know I would want to do for Carnegie and make Carnegie better than what it is in the current state, and that's what you always want to do when you go into a political position. You never want to leave it worse. But for me to go into that political, I don't have time with what I do with the union right now.
Right.
I really don't have time, and that's not fair to the residents of Carnegie.
So
I love Carnegie, and I would not do that to the residents.
So that means there'll be no run anytime soon.
At this time, I will not be running for mayor unless me and your mother would sit and discuss it, and she would say, we want you to run, because at the end of the day, I want her to be on board 100%, because I'll need her in my corner. You know what I mean? Because the shots come in these political. That's the one thing you guys don't understand. It don't matter what you're doing. You could do this good thing, and then 5 people are saying bad stuff about you.
That's true.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, like, I know she always jokes with, like, hey, you know, I don't want to be in that limelight. She's kind of already in that limelight with the position I'm in.
I want to end off today's episode asking you one final question. This will be a final topic of today because we're already getting to that point. Both myself and Nicholas Brown are both students at Point Park University. I'm a rising senior. He's a rising sophomore. We've met last year at Point Park in Dr. East's class, and that's actually how we started this podcast. As someone who is a Point Park father, a parent of someone who goes to Point Park University and is witnessing someone and a friend going here, I want to get your overall thoughts on campus. I've taken you to every building. This is actually the final building of Point Park's entity that you've been in. So as someone who's been in every room, has seen what the classrooms look like, has met people here. You've met Bernie before, so I know how Bernie is. Yep. I want you to talk about the experiences from a father's perspective. I feel like that's a good conclusion for today.
Listen, at the end of the day, I knew nothing of Point Park. I'll be honest. Till Austin applied, I knew where it was. I thought it was a dance college. I'll be honest, I did. And then I knew
mostly is.
Yeah, mostly is.
I knew that Bruce Pompiani went here.
Selena did. Bob did.
Right. Like, I did not really know a lot about Point Park. So
Fair
when
enough.
we first came down here, it would have been his junior year, because he transferred from CCAC. And we met with Bernie. We met with the financial advisor. We met with all these different people.
Nina, too. And
at the end of the day, I love it here. I truly love it. Like, if my daughter was going to go to a 4-year college, she's going a different route. She's going cosmetology. But if she was going to go into a college, I would push her this way. I truly would, because the one thing that I'm sure your mom and dad are experiencing, that me and my wife are experiencing, they make it easy for the parents.
Yes.
They truly do make it easy. The thing that I really like is, like, Bernie was hands-on, you know what I mean, took to Austin. The college has provided more outlets for Austin personally, and I'm sure for you as well. Yes. I mean, you're still young in your career yet at college. I mean, he's going to be a senior, you're going to be a sophomore. More opportunities are going to come your way like they have his. I don't know about the other colleges if it's that way, but they've given him a lot of opportunities to succeed in his field. So I love it for that alone. I love the personable stuff, like, you know what I mean? They do a lot for you guys as college students, like with the Pirate game.
Penguins. There's a Penguin night.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot going on, you know what I mean? And
River Hounds.
Yeah. I mean, they've given him opportunities where he's done play-by-play for all the entities. Like I said, the only thing that's the best I could say is they've made it easy on parents. Like, they figured that part out. I don't know the way other universities are, colleges.
I know Pitt's tough.
But, I mean...
It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I should get a free T-shirt for saying that Point Park, you know, just throwing that out there.
There are a lot of Point Park professors, high-ups that watch this podcast, so if you get a free T-shirt...
Yeah, it'd be nice, you know.
Bernie listens, Conti listens. Who else listens? There's a lot of them.
Probably Dr. Bruce Salish, Sherry Payne... Angelo.
Hey, we don't ask for much. Just my dad. One large T-shirt for my dad, please.
Yeah, I mean, I like large. A little tight on me.
What do you make, though, of Lucas coming to Point Park? The trio is going to be reunited at Point Park.
Now, on Lucas, I don't know what his plans were up until him and Austin started doing 2 Jagoffs.
I don't think he had a plan until that.
Right.
I don't think he had a plan, but I think Austin bringing him down, your relationship with him, it's a great move for Lucas because it gets him in his field. And listen, you're going to succeed at this university.
They will make you succeed.
They will. You will succeed. And in the field, the 3 you guys are in, as far as you're going to be more business of the podcasting, correct? This media hub, beautiful.
Love it down here.
Nothing ever like anything.
The TV studio down at the
radio station.
The radio station.
The radio
yes.
station. I was on one of his shows. I mean, they're giving like allowing me to come down here. I'm not a student here.
Right.
You're just here.
I'm just here. You know what I mean? They're allowing you guys to succeed in your craft.
UView for sports, for news night, for anything that you want.
Yeah, I mean, so Lucas is going to get a lot of.
It's gonna be a wake up call.
Because he's going to be
gonna
multimedia. If I'm,
He's multimedia. You're broadcast reporting. I'm sports comm. So.
And listen, at the end of the day, the one thing that I told Austin in this field, never close the door. Because
Exactly.
somebody that you may go to school with, and I'm going to tell you this as a young guy too, in your field that you guys are getting into, and Lucas too, I know you're listening, but listen, the guy that you may think's weird, he may be a guy that works for NBC one day and says, hey, I got this Nick Brown or this Austin Cairns or Lucas Coons. They're pretty good. Like, let's bring them on. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good guy. You know, one of these guys are good guys, or all three of them are good guys. So, I mean, just your field is about connections. Make sure you make the right connection.
LinkedIn.
Yes.
That's a big part
Right.
of this job and this field is making the connections with not just people locally, but all around.
Yes.
And I think we've trying to emphasize that, and we're doing that.
Yeah.
When we go to the New York trips, I think that was part of making the connections and the start of it. That's going to be a trip that we remember forever, and we'll continue to do every year that we're here.
Yeah. And I think the one thing with Bernie running the broadcasting, being the dean, listen, he's got a lot of connections himself, which is amazing that they do that at this university. I don't know the way other universities are, but the fact that you're going to be interning for this sport, you can intern for the Pirates, the Steelers, the Penguins. You know what I mean? The fact that you've met some of these people through Point Park.
Getting a phone call from the president of the Pirates.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Williams soon. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, like, how could I not love the college for that? I mean, I truly love it for that alone, because it's giving young men like you two and futurely Lucas, you know, the opportunity to succeed in their craft. And they do it top notch. I got to give them credit. Top notch. I have no complaints.
So this is, I guess, a good transition into our next interview that we're going to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Here on Steel City, we've only had 3 guests. One of them being Lucas, the other being Kevin.
Boo.
And now you're the third.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, that's who we wanted.
I do this on 2 Jagoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to say clap it up.
Yes.
We're gonna clap it up? Okay.
All right.
But there'll be a 4th guest that's going to come on right after you, and he's actually going to be coming on a couple weeks after, and we just mentioned him. Bernie. Bernie will be
And Matt Palangi, too, is in the works.
Matt Palangi's in the works as well.
Matt Dallas Cowboy Palangi.
Yeah, Matt Palangi. But Bernie's going to be coming on soon. And as someone who's met Bernie, I was supposed to say, what was your experience like? Because, again, your first real, I guess, not wake-up call. I'm trying to think of a better way to word it. It's, I guess, your first real experience within Point Park was me, you, and Mom all sitting in Bernie's office. There's another family there, too. I think she was, like, PR and ad or something. But we were sitting there, and Bernie talked and answered every question. You guys asked him a lot. I know I had a lot of questions, and I feel like that was the cultivating moment of, okay, I'm going to like it here. I'm going to fit right in. What was that experience like? Because I remember you walking out of that office, and you had a big smile on your face.
Listen, at the end of the day, as a father, I walked in there. We had some questions. It wasn't a lot. I think it was, you know, we'll just say 3 to 5 questions between me and my wife. And the thing that I liked about Bernie, and he immediately answered our questions, and then the focus was on him. It was no longer about Mom and Dad. He wanted to get to know him, and he took a liking to him, and I noticed that, and I was like, all right, this is a genuine conversation. He's a good guy. My son's going to be in good hands.
Bernie for the win.
And as far as a father, it was like, okay, he's going to fly from the nest, per se, and he's in good hands. You know what I mean? With Bernie at the helm, he's in great hands. And he's done everything that I possibly could ask as a father. So, I mean, like I said, I love Bernie to death for it.
Bernie is great with that, too. And I'll tell you what, you'll message him on Facebook. I have his numbers. Like, we'll talk to him
Literally
whenever we need him. We'll
instantly.
reach out.
Yeah,
Instantly.
I mean,
10:30 at night.
Listen, stuff like that.
He's a dean. Like, deans don't have to do that, but
No.
he's
Right.
amazing. I
mean,
love Bernie to death.
He
I'm gonna
goes
tell
above
him
and
that-
beyond.
I'm going to tell him
Yeah.
that when he's here.
Yes.
He's going to be sitting in that chair and be like, thank you, Bernie.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he has a job to do, but in my opinion, he goes above and beyond that job to take care of the students to help them succeed. And I love that as a parent.
And you could say that about most people here as well. I mean,
Yes.
there's been like a couple of dull moments, but you're going to get that anywhere you go. You got that.
Nina especially. We can bug her anytime, especially you.
Oh, I love
We love Nina.
Angelo, you didn't get to listen to that interview yet. That interview about a couple of weeks. We brought Angelo on.
Lucas and I are in Angelo's podcasting class this upcoming semester.
Oh, cool.
He's the one that I had last semester for sports.
How many classes you have with Lucas?
1. And I have one with
have
him this
none.
too.
Oh, you have one together?
Yeah.
You have
Uh-huh.
one broadcast reporting, right?
Yes, broadcast reporting.
Listen, don't be Jagoffs and get yourselves in trouble.
That was my mission.
Damn. No
Damn.
promise.
Yeah, right. No promises.
I mean, listen, if I got to talk to who's the teacher?
Who is the teacher for
Who's the
broadcast,
professor?
For who?
broadcast reporting?
David Fabilli, I believe.
I have no clue.
David, as a parent, separate them.
No,
No,
no.
Don't
Separate
listen to
them.
him.
No.
One side of the room, the other side of the room.
No.
Don't you do it, David.
No. And Lucas and I for podcasting with Angelo.
Oh God.
Angelo, separate them two Jagoffs.
No, don't
as
do
well.
that.
Oh, don't
No.
worry. Angelo has Lucas. He has tabs on Lucas. He
Oh.
ain't letting Lucas slide with anything.
Well, listen, Lucas isn't going to hide. I mean, he's a big guy. He's not going to hide.
Just like you're going to, with every pickle that you don't eat, you're going to get whipped by Kevin with the belt.
Do you like pickles?
I love pickles.
See, thank you. There's something wrong with him over there. No pickles.
Hey, I tried to raise him. He just didn't, I don't know. Didn't take. I don't know what to say. You can lead him to the water, you can't make him drink it. You ever hear that saying?
No. I never. Wait, what?
Wait.
You can lead them to the water, but they don't drink it.
I'm using that now. I'm taking that. Can't lead him to the water, but
You take everybody's sayings.
what's
Oh, I
saying?
can't.
I'm about to say you take my sayings all the time.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, I want to say thank you so much. for
Jumbo
joining
Dad,
us
thanks.
On Steel City Commuters.
Yes.
It was a
You-
pleasure.
It
was a
was
pleasure.
a pleasure as
It
always.
was a pleasure.
We know we can find you over at Two Jagoffs every week. You meet you and Lucas are the intertwining Jagoffs, as I like to call it.
Wait, I do have one question for Nick Brown.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
You didn't ask me if I supported the guy for Carnegie.
Oh.
I knew that was going to be one of your questions.
Who?
Sam Bigham.
Oh, Sam Bigham. Oh, God.
Do you support Sam Bigham?
I did until that last interview. I don't know if I do.
Ooh.
I'll have to wait to see who runs in the general election.
You.
Because
We've made
You-
perfectly
listen,
clear.
It's not off.
You're the independent.
It's not
Yes.
off the table, but it's not on the table.
Wait, it's not off the table.
Oh, whoa.
It's not on the
Whoa.
table either.
It's not on the table.
It's just nowhere right now.
So what? Is the server carrying on the tray? Where the hell is
Yeah,
it?
right?
All I could say is reach out to Cindy Cairns and ask her for her support. And if she says run, I run.
You got our Instagram. You can reach
We'll
out.
be going to Instagram right after this interview takes place.
But at the end of the day, my only issue with the interview was I understand that young people need to be involved.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you need some knowledge as well.
I was a bit worried when his final statement, I said to Austin, I said after, his final statement didn't tell me anything that he was going to campaign on. Make Carnegie great again. Well, no kidding. That's what every mayor and governor wants to do of their city.
Right.
They want to make the community great again. I wasn't sold on the interview. I just don't know where to support him. And of course he's going to win because he's out there campaigning. As he said in the interview, he's campaigning. He's out there going door to door. The other guy really isn't campaigning. So of course he's going to be the one to win. But you're campaigning already. Two Jagoffs, Steel City, Teamsters Union president. I don't know what else more we can ask for.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, if it was the right time, I would run.
It is the right time. Look at the state.
And I would run like I was losing. That's how you win elections.
Hide in your basement.
I mean, that's how the New York mayor just run.
Right.
No, listen.
He was at 0%.
The reason why I
Yes.
say this in elections.
Be Cuomo.
The reason why I say this in elections is if you go out and you ask everybody for their support and then you continue to campaign, even like my kids, I would still ask for their support. Even though they're my kids,
Would you support him, Austin?
I support it. Oh, absolutely.
he would have to find new residents if not.
And I'm out of residency at my place, so you'd have to room with Lucas, Kevin, or Ollie.
I'd go room with Kevin. You got a whole house.
Or Ollie. How did he get drug into
Yeah,
this?
what Ollie do? You just had him in the car last night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ollie's a good guy.
Okay.
Shouldn't have to babysit Austin.
Either Lucas or Kevin.
I'll go to Kevin's.
Oh yeah, we know how all that will go.
What do you mean?
Okay.
No, what you mean? Just say it. Go ahead.
Oh, you know how that will go. God damn it! See, still in your lines.
Yep.
How would it go, Dad? Me and Kevin.
I don't know who would be in more trouble, honestly.
I don't.
Probably
understand.
wouldn't go good.
Why?
Both of them drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
He lives by a creek, and we saw what happened to the fire pit. That just went almost. That got axed itself.
I mean, what does Kevin cook?
Exactly. Does Kevin even cook?
Kevin can cook. Kevin's a really good cook.
I thought he only cooked hot sausage.
He couldn't have cooked
Hey.
because he didn't eat Jumbo Dad's food. Well, I did.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did.
don't even get me started, that little son of a bitch.
I'm about to
I
say,
always
Nick,
ask him, I'm like, I cooked that. He's like, yeah, I don't like your cooking. He's never had it. How do you not like something you never had?
Because he can't cook himself. We probably
Correct.
know that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm bashing Kevin. He can't cook.
all right, well, impromptu promo. Kevin's right there at that camera. What do you got to say to him?
I'm going to put you through a table.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not.
Clap it up.
Yes.
The jumbo clap. That's
The
what we're
jumbo
gonna call
clap. The jumbo clap.
Listen, I feel you need to do that sometimes on these podcasts because sometimes you need it.
it. You need it.
Sometimes
Especially-
they just deserve a clap.
Especially when Kevin's name is mentioned.
Hey, did you hear at IWC Austin got booed?
Yes, and I was so happy when he got booed. I said, about time someone stands up to him and his blasphemous and all those bashful statements that he makes over there.
Yeah, because see, once again, everybody was like, hey, Austin. I'm like,
Boo! Yes! Perfect timing.
No.
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 Yes.
I don't need boo. I was just trying to do my job. I was bringing a battery out.
You were actually doing something for once? Oh, no wonder why we've had so much rain.
Anyway.
I can't bully Lucas because he's not here. I can never bully new management because that's new management sticks together.
Good Lord. Anyway, Dad, do you have any final words that you would like to leave with the listeners of Steel City? And Nick, did you have any final thoughts that you want to add on to this?
Definitely will be back. This is an interview that he'll be back in a few months when
I told you before I couldn't wait to get on.
when he announces his
Campaign.
bid for mayor. Yes.
Oh, man.
You bet. This better be the podcast you announce it on. If you do.
If that would ever happen, I will
make sure it
honestly,
happens.
graciously come on here and tell you guys.
Okay. Thank you, Dad.
We'll be waiting for
But
that
I've been
word.
waiting to come on Steel City for a couple months now, and I'm glad you guys had me on. Thank
It's a
you.
nice podcast.
Continue doing the good work. I mean, obviously, the name says it all. Steel City, we live in Pittsburgh.
Steel City Commuters, yes.
The commuters part, you both commute to college. And, you know what I mean, once you graduate, the great thing is Lucas can slide right in as a commuter.
That was
And
the plan.
That was the plan.
That is the plan. And, you know, hope you guys created a friendship. And I'm a listener, so I'm going to continue listening.
And he'll be back on. This is just not a one-time interview.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Definitely not. Well, thank you, Dad, again so much for coming on. And thank you all so much for tuning into yet another episode of Steel City Commuters. Make sure you leave a like and follow if you are on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. We will be having Bernie coming on very soon, amongst many other guests and some other cool episodes.
Cool episodes.
We'll just say cool episodes
Yes.
and leave it at that. Nick, any final thoughts you wanted to leave with the listeners?
Thanks for the time, as always. I always like to tell that with our guests because you allot an hour and 37 minutes out of your day for this, and we know you're a busy man. That phone's probably ringing off the hook over there.
Probably is.
It probably is.
I'll get back to them. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you.
And thank you all again so much, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace.